a single word was said. No final kiss to seal any sins. I had no idea of the state we were in. I know I have a fickle heart and a bitterness and a wandering eye and a heaviness in my head. But don't you remember? Don't you remember the reason you left me before? Baby, please remember me once more. When was the last time that you thought of me? Or have you completely erased me from your memory? I often think about where I went wrong. The more I do, the less I know. But I know I have a fickle heart and a bitterness and a wandering eye and a heaviness in my head. But don't you remember? Don't you remember the reason you left me before? Baby, please remember me once more. Gave you space so you could breathe. I kept my distance so you would be free. And hope that you'd find the missing piece to bring you back to me. Why don't you remember? Don't you remember the reason you left me before? Baby, please remember me once more. When will I see you again? Never would have hitchhiked to Birmingham if it hadn't been for love. Never would have caught the train to Louisiana if it hadn't been for love. Never would have run through the blinding rain with that $1 to my name if it hadn't been for love. Never would have seen the trouble that I'm in if it hadn't been for love. Would have been gone like a wayward wind if it hadn't been for love. Nobody knows it better than me. I wouldn't be wishing I was free if it hadn't been for love. For cold walls against my will, at least I know he's alive and still. For cold walls without parole, love. Never would have took a mind to track him down if it hadn't been for love. Never would have loaded up a 44 and put myself behind a jailhouse door if it hadn't been for love. To Birmingham if it hadn't been for love. Never would have caught the train to Louisiana if it hadn't been for love. Never would have loaded up a 44 and put myself behind a jailhouse door if it hadn't been for love. If it hadn't been for love. If it hadn't been for love. This is how the story went. I met someone by accident who blew me away, blew me away. It was in the darkest of my days when you took my sorrow, when you took my pain, buried them away, buried them away. I wish I could lay down beside you when the day is done and wake up to your face against the morning sun. But like everything I've ever known, it disappeared one day. So I spent my whole life hiding my heart away. Dropped you off at the train station, put a kiss on top of your head, watched you away, watched you away. Then I went on home to my skyscrapers and neon lights and waiting papers that I call home. I call that home. I wish I could lay down beside you when the day is done and wake up to your face against the morning sun. But like everything I've ever known, you disappear one day. So I spend my whole life hiding my heart away, away, yeah. Woke up feeling heavy-hearted. I'm going back to where I started. The morning rain, the morning rain. And though I wish that you were here on that same old road that brought me here, it's calling me home, it's calling me home. I wish I could lay down beside you when the day is done and wake up to your face against the morning sun. But like everything I've ever known, it disappeared one day. So I spend my whole life hiding my heart away. I can't spend